Okay, so hello everyone. In this video, we will be talking about how I got $7,000 scholarship, Palantir Global Future Scholarship, and I wanted to make this video since a long time. I got this scholarship in around July. I got it in July, 23rd July, and I think I applied around April. And at this point, only the scholarships mostly open. So I think for this academic year, you should keep an eye on it if they are open now. So the eligibility is you should be undergrad student and at any university, but you should have your major in computer science or other electrical or other circuital branches like computer science, electronics, electrical. My case was a bit different. Like I come from a non-circuital branch, but I have minor in computer science. That is like another story I will tell later, like how I got selected. So a lot of people reached out to me on LinkedIn regarding this, so I thought of making a video, but I thought of making it in around September, October, but fine, like I'm making now. And talking about the eligibility, I wanted to clear one thing. Like they have two scholarships, and one is Global Future Scholarship and one is Women in Technology Scholarship, Palantir. Both are by Palantir, but the Women in Technology is only for women, and Global Future Scholarship is for everyone. It is not like that. It is only for girls, and it is also for boys. So around 10 people get selected in the world in computer science or software development, and they also provide mentorship. Like we had one session, like we had one meeting kind of thing of all the 10 scholars. So that was a global meeting, and that was actually very beneficial. And apart from that, they provide like $7,000 stipend, and networking is there, and then we get to attend a lot of sessions, and they also provide some internship opportunities. But again, the internship opportunities, having this scholarship like definitely increases your chances, but then it depends on the internship process, so that is a different thing. And then so one thing that I wanted to clear is they have two scholarships. One is Palantir Global Future Scholarship, and other one is Palantir Women in Technology Scholarship. So I applied in both, but I got rejected in Palantir Women in Technology Scholarship. I don't know why, but I got accepted in Global Future Scholarship. So Global Future Scholarship is not only for women, and it is for everyone, like guys can also apply. So that was the major doubt that I wanted to clear. So this scholarship is mainly for computer science, and they only focus on computer science students and electrical or electronic students. But I will say if you are doing a minor or a micro degree in computer science, then I will definitely advise you to apply for the scholarship, since I also come from a non-circuital background. Because the only thing that matters to them is the impact in technology that you have created, or the things that you want to do in technology. Talking about the application process, so we have mainly two essay type of questions. Like around 200 or 300 words is the limit per question, and then we have to also submit our resume, we have to submit our cover letter, we have to submit our LinkedIn profile, and I think GitHub profiles as well. So talking about the essay questions, mainly plays the most important part, and they are structured in such a way that it will tell about your goal. It is not like a normal software application kind of thing. Like you don't have to, it is not like a competition. I mean, yeah, it is a competition because around 8,000 or 7,000 people applies every year, and 10 people get selected. So yeah, definitely. But again, like it depends on, they select you on the basis of your individuality instead of your performance. Like your performance is another thing, but then you as an individual person. And first thing is like they don't care about your lead code profiles or code forces profile. And why I applied, like the main reason was because they don't ask about your lead code profiles or code forces profile. Like they don't care about your DSA skills. And to be very honest, I can't even tell how much I hate DSA. Like I don't like DSA at all. So like I like open source and working on real world projects. I think I am more interested in development and real world projects. And after giving JEE Advanced, like after giving IIT JEE, I just can't do more questions. Like I just can't solve questions only. So that is one thing, and I'm still very much frustrated because of DSA. But fine, that is for another video. Okay, so coming to the point, they focus more on your open source contributions. They focus on your development skills. They focus on how many real world projects or like impact based projects you worked on. And having a very good open source profile helps you a lot. Like definitely open source profile, like very good open source profiles definitely helps you a lot to stand out everywhere. And because they can directly see your contributions, and getting involved with the community, and then working with other people is the main part of software development, and teamwork and everything. So they focus a lot on how are you with the communities, and like how do you work with these communities. And yeah, so that is one thing. And then coming to the essay questions, I will give a gist about my application questions and answers. So yeah, neat Itachi, by the way. Okay, so the first question was one of the most significant challenges that you faced in your life, and then how did you in technology, and how did you overcome it? Okay, so the first question was something like I tried to find it on Google right now, but then I am not able to find the application questions. So I think you will be able to find it whenever it gets open. And but I have this one question, like one of the most significant challenges that you faced in your life, and then how did you overcome it, and like how did you came out of it, and how did you manage to like become even stronger? So this question focuses mostly on how did you face challenges in tech, like how did you what were the hurdles that came while pursuing your career in tech. So coming to my story, like I have a lot of things that happened in past, so like I told about some of my stories, and the thing was how did you overcome it, and what all challenges you faced, and how do you think about your future now, like what do you want, how will you make an impact in tech world in future, like what are the things that you want to do in tech that will make a huge impact on society. One more thing is, if you are very self-centered, or if you just want to join a company or get placed, or if you just want to have a job, then I don't think this is the right application for you, because they focus more on people who actually want to create a major impact on society, I will say, and they focus more on the aspect that how with the help of your skills and technology and mindset, you will be able to make an impact. Like you have to mention what is your goal, and why are you so interested to achieve that goal. Like all these things tells about your passion a lot, like why are you passionate about technology, and what do you want to achieve with the help of this technology. So these are some major questions which you can't answer without experiencing them, like without working towards that side, towards that aspect. So yeah, like since first year I was, I will say, I wasn't fully into tech. Also one more thing, they see about your personality, like if you are only tech, if you are only into software, or if you are a dynamic person like who likes to do a lot of things, and they don't generally focus on specialist. Like even if you are in computer science, they want you to explore a lot of things. Even in software, like there is a cloud is there, cloud DevOps, and web development, ML, and other things. Like you shouldn't be focused, and you should be more curious to know about a lot of things, and how does it work. So this is one aspect that is very important in my opinion, and in a lot of, like after applying for a lot of scholarships, I think this is a very major thing which plays a very important role. So talking about writing the answer, you should start from your story, and then actually not a story, it should be like 2 or 3 lines, and then you should tell about what all challenges you faced, and then the main thing is how you converted your challenges to your motivation, like converting every challenge that you faced till now to your motivation, and to fuel your what should I say, like to fuel your goals. That is the main thing that they look for. That is for sure. Like how it fueled you to pursue whatever you are doing, and why are you passionate about doing this particular thing only. So you should be very clear about your goals, and the reason, like why do you want to do that. Even if you're not sure how do you want to do that, you should be clear why do you want to do that, and what do you want to do. Figuring out things like in college life, that is very normal, and they also know that. So like they don't focus on how you will do, they only focus on what is your mindset. They just want to see your mindset, and where are you coming from, and where will you be going. So these are the 3 main aspects that I think are most important. And again, like this doesn't involve only technology side. Like you shouldn't be telling about your skills in the answer section, like it will be in your resume. So it is more about managing the technical side and your goals, something like that, and a combination should be there. And talking about the resume, definitely you should have not a lot, but you should have some achievements in past. Like you should have achievements, and then the projects which you worked on also matters a lot. Like if you worked on a project in a community, that too with 4 or 5 people or 10 people, so that will make that will create more impact than working on a project alone. So talking about the projects, like if you are involved into some communities and then you are working on projects with them, again here open source plays a major role. Like if you tell them about your open source contributions or your open source profile, they definitely look at your GitHub profile very seriously, and LinkedIn profiles as well. But then why open source is important? That is because you actually tell them about your work, or even if not your work, but you tell about why you are the person who can work who can coordinate on a project. And like for software development, this thing we learn about software development lifecycle by contributing to open source. That is a very major thing to learn if you want to pursue your career in tech and software. So this one thing also helps a lot. And they focus on your GitHub profile, then LinkedIn profile, then Twitter is also important. And a lot of things are there, like if you are building in public, that also plays a very important role. Like you should be posting about things that you are doing in tech on Twitter and LinkedIn. Especially Twitter helps a lot because like Twitter is a place which is like heaven for software developers, and you can actually connect with the people, and they just reach out to you directly. Like I was surprised to know like people were reaching out directly on LinkedIn or Twitter to tell about the opportunities they can provide, just because I was like posting about my things on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. And having for me, like I also think having a YouTube channel also helps a lot, because it is also a major building in public platform, especially for like if you are into software. It also shows your communication skills, although I don't think I have very good, but then fine, like it also shows that you want to try other things as well, and you're not focused only on one thing. And then having a YouTube channel indirectly tells that you want to create a certain level of impact on people. But again, that is not necessary at all. And but having good Twitter and LinkedIn profiles also helps a lot. Coming to some other points, I think I applied in around March and I got results around July. That was a good time. And one more thing, you can also tell about your financial needs, if any, like because the major part of the scholarship is the stipend, and so you can definitely tell like your financial struggles before and after joining college. If you are paying your own college fees, that also like count a lot. And and other things like if any financial challenges which you faced while preparing for any exam, like IIT JEE for example, so something like that also helps. So talking about resume, like your resume should be very good, and I will say keep it ATS friendly. Like ATS score should be more than 90, and although they don't focus on ATS, but then applications are like for the basic processing, the initial processing, they focus on ATS because there are a lot of applications, but they usually go through each resume like once. So ATS is not very big thing, but then again, since this is a prestigious scholarship, I will say to have it as a ATS friendly. And I made my resume on Overleaf using LaTeX. And talking about the sections, you should have your general sections like achievements, and then experience. Experience is very important, and then project section is also very important. You should also mention about your technical skills in 3 different formats like frameworks, coding languages, and other things. And then also you can mention about you can also, if you have good open source profile, you can mention it in another section, like you should tell about in which communities are you contributing. You can also like link your GitHub PRs. That also increases your credibility a lot. And don't forget to mention about your Twitter and LinkedIn and GitHub profiles. And if you are into some other platforms also, like Mastodon is there, and metrics channels are there. That is not very important, but in open source we generally have these channels, and we discuss about few things there. So if you have done that, you can mention it. That definitely increases about your involvement. And yeah, I didn't mention my lead code or Geeks for Geeks profile, even though at that time I think I applied during March 2024. So I don't think I had a very good lead code profile. Like I don't like it at all. I wasn't even trying at the time. Maybe that was a mistake. I mean, it shouldn't be like you should be neglecting DSA completely, and it is also very important. And especially like I like the DP, mostly dynamic programming. I like because it involves real world problems more, graphs and DP. And talking about that LRU cache and all those types of questions, like system design questions, I like it. But then just normal questions and solving them on lead code, I just can't do it. And I think I think I have this anger due to my IIT JEE experience that wasn't good at all. So again, like I'm not against DSA, but then it's just that I wasn't doing at the time. Like right now I have to do, so I'm doing that. It's not like I don't do it at all. Okay, so that is not the main point of this video. And then okay, coming to few other points, you should definitely mention about the communities. Like I was a part of PyLadies at the time, Red Panda community, rewriting the code, Linux community, PSF, that is a Python software foundation, and processing community is there. So processing is an open source community, and again using p5.js library, I made some. It is related to creative coding, like visualizations using coding. So I created some visualizations and sketches using p5.js. So I mentioned about it, like you should tell them like why are you, like you should be telling them that you are very curious to try various aspects of coding instead of just one. And I was an alpha Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador at the time. So again, MLSA is also an international community, so it again improved more credibility, I will say. And like working on projects, and even in MLSA I got a lot of network. And yeah, working on projects in such communities makes your resume even better. And then we had this Build Mercari program. Like in Build Mercari program, around 800 to 900 people apply and 70 people get selected. So I did it in my second year, 2024. So programs like this, and again, I also got a few scholarships. Like I was talking about Lift Linux scholarship in the previous video. So that scholarship, and Grace Hopper Celebration scholarship, GHC scholarship I got before. So I mentioned all these things in my answers, and not in my answer, I mentioned it in my resume, and I just mentioned it briefly that being a part of Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador community, I worked on this impactful project. So you know, in just one line you told a lot of things to them. So this is the main thing, and the answers usually are of 200 to 300 words. So you should be very concise, and you should be like one sentence should tell about at least 2 or 3 things about you, and that should be very different. And in both the questions, again, both answers should together make some sense. Like both answers should conclude a kind of story, and the story is something like that, like what were your struggles is one thing, but then they focus more on what are your skills and what all things you achieved with your skills till now, and then how all these things together will help you to pursue things that you want to really do in future in tech. So these are the 3 main aspects of answer, like even one answer and even both the answers. So yeah, and again, I read a lot of articles on Hashnode. Like Hashnode, I think works. Hashnode helps a lot because like there are very less articles about this scholarship, and not many people are there in India. Like I just wanted to get experience of Indian people. So I searched on Medium articles and Hashnode. I think I read one or 2 articles to get the gist of the essay questions and how do we have to form it. And yeah, and again, I had one senior in my college who got this scholarship. So again, that also helps a lot. Apart from that, so the focus should be mostly that you are not working only for yourself, and you want to create an impact on others' life as well. So this is the aspect that they are looking for. And yeah, this was one question, and I don't have other question with me. And they also see that how are you building your network, and how are you growing your connections. Like all these things helps a lot. And like if you are attending any conferences, if you are involved into other societies or communities, you can also mention about your involvement in your college societies or clubs, and how it helped you to shape you. Wow, nice. Eligibility criteria is very strict, but then they focus on computer science students because they think that like computer science students will be focused more on other things as well. But then again, if you show them that you are really passionate about technology, then no matter what, like where do you come from, in which branch you are in, you can definitely apply. Like I come from a non-circuital branch, and I am doing minor in computer science. So I thought I will not have any chance. Like I will definitely not get selected because like I applied for 4 other scholarships. Newtonics scholarship was there. I got the rejection email just one day before, and then the next day I got this email. And before that also I got rejection email from Palantir Women in Technology scholarship. So I was like, okay, fine, can't do anything because yeah, I mean writing essay questions like took a lot of time because you have to tell about your thought process and everything, like your skills, thought process, and your goals and everything in a very short form. So I was a bit nervous after that, but then I suddenly got this message and then I was like, oh, okay, nice. But I wasn't expecting because I don't come from a computer science background. But yeah, so this is one thing that I want to say, that you shouldn't reject yourself before even applying. I think I do it sometimes as well, but then I will say you should just keep trying. And if you are really interested, you should just keep searching about more opportunities and just apply. And just don't think about it. Apply and then don't think about it. I even forgot about this thing. Like I was like, no, I will not get selected. No chances there. But then, and again, the thing was my application was strong, very strong, and I knew that. And but then I was still thinking maybe because of branch they will not select me. But then. What should I say? Yeah, one more thing is there, that if they think your application is good, but then it is not that strong, then they can also take an interview. Yeah, so they can also take an interview. So in my case, I didn't have an interview, and I think this year no one had interview. But fine. After getting selected, you get mentorship opportunities from Palantir Softwares, and the network that I grew after getting this scholarship was insane. Actually, very, like it just went from. So it was very nice, and yeah, you also get opportunities to apply for internship programs. We also had one, I think we had 2 meetings, or one, I think we had 1 meeting with all the 10 scholars from all around the world. So in India, I think 3 people got, and a lot of people were from different countries like Australia, USA, Europe, and yeah, so that was very nice experience. And I also tried for internships. But then again, like Palantir internships are very difficult, and for getting software internships, you have to do DSA, that is for sure. So like I discontinued because like I don't wanted to focus on DSA. Even though I was doing DP and graphs at the time, but then I was into some other things at the time. But yeah, fine. And coming to the thing that in the next 2 years, like building in public is one thing that will grow insane mode. I will definitely suggest you to post about your projects, post about your thoughts, post about, I'm talking about this in tech related terms, and like why do you want to work on this project, why, and please work on some impactful projects. Like projects like e-commerce website will not work for Palantir scholarship, definitely. You should be working on some impactful project, and even if that is not very much impactful, but even if it is solving a very simple issue, that is also fine. And in the era of this vibe coding and all, like all these things are increasing a lot. And again, like on Twitter, many people reached out to me. I made a lot of connections, and especially on LinkedIn also, like after getting the Palantir scholarship, I made a lot of connections. And yeah, due to like posting about things that I was doing or attending, so many people actually reached out. So that is one thing. Via email also they reach out. And yeah, and one thing is you should actually be passionate about things that you're doing, and it should be visible in your application format. Again, then application questions are one thing, and then resume is one thing. LinkedIn profile, GitHub profiles are there. Then you have to, there is one cover letter option that is optional, but I will definitely recommend you to tell more about yourself. Like whatever you covered in your application, don't repeat anything, and it should tell about your technical aspect of everything. Like it should tell about your skills and what did you develop. Like in application questions, you have to answer it according to the questions, but then in cover letter you have to actually focus on your technical side. And don't miss the cover letter, because although they are saying that it is optional, but they want to know more about you. So that is one thing they see, if you are putting efforts from your side actually or not in cover letter. So don't skip that option if you are applying, and it should mention about your technical skills as well as your interest and goals in the cover letter. I think I covered most of the things. And you can also talk about like if you conducted any sessions or workshops for people online, and yeah, for example, you took one session and 500 or 400 people joined. So that also, these kind of things also helps. Yeah, and like application questions, the story should be very personal and unique to you. I will not recommend to use any AI tool in these cases, because we all know like they are very smart engineers, so they will definitely catch you and if you do any kind of thing. But again, like you can definitely use it to frame the questions better. Like you can use it to frame 4 lines into 2 lines. Like you can make it concise using the tool, but the main idea and the main thought processing should be yours and only yours. Yes, they have this side that it is for underrepresented groups in technology. So yes, definitely they focus more on women candidates in women in tech scholarship, and in global future scholarship they focus more on they focus more on how are you underrepresented, in any way. But again, guys also get selected in this scholarship because in our batch of 10 scholars, I think 4 people were boys and 6 were girls. So there is a scope, but then again, the main thing is you just have to prove them why and what instead. And even if you're not sure about how, that is also fine. Even I'm not sure, how will I be doing things that I really want to do? But then that you will figure out. You just have to show your confidence in yourself. That is the main thing, and I think मैंने इसे बहुत ज़्यादा बक दिया है. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है भाई, बस इतना ही बोला था. और मतलब पता नहीं, मेरे लिए सरप्राइज था, क्योंकि मेरे को ऐसा लगा नहीं था कि मेरा भी हो जाएगा. बट ठीक है, मतलब बढ़िया था जो भी था. Yeah, so talking about other scholarships, coming up I will be talking about other scholarships in which I applied and I got in. And there were a lot of scholarships in which I applied and I didn't get in. So definitely Newton X scholarship is of $1,000. So I was like, भाई मतलब अच्छा चाहिए तो अच्छा लग रहा है, मतलब $1,000 तो अच्छे ही होते हैं भाई, मतलब अगर आ जाए तो. लेकिन फिर उसमें मेरा नहीं हुआ. ठीक है, तो उसमें मैंने और the Newton X scholarship, they have even more detailed application. You have to create your resume there. You have to tell about everything. If you were involved in any NGO, if you were involved in any technical thing which helped a lot of people. So and all these things you can also tell. I also mentioned about this my abacus thing. I did my grand level. I got my degree in abacus. So I somehow connected it because abacus is mostly maths, and then I like maths, and then maths made it related to coding and these things. So in Newton X, is you have to mention about all the things. You have to mention about your from your childhood till now, what all things you did that created an impact. So we have to perform a proper resume. So that was very hectic application process, and I think I took 1 week to complete it fully, and then I got rejected. So I was very disheartened, and it was very heartbreaking actually. I was very sad for 2 days. For 1 day actually, and then उसके बाद में I got this Palantir Women in Technology rejection. So I was like, भाई मतलब कुछ भी काम नहीं कर पा रहा है, मतलब ऐसा होता है कि जब तुम बहुत ज़्यादा हार्डवर्क कर लो, उसके बाद चीज़ें नहीं आता रिजल्ट उस हिसाब से, तो बहुत ज़्यादा बुरा लग जाता है. और फिर लेकिन उसके बाद में मतलब फिर एकदम से ऐसे रात के आई थिंक आई स्टिल रिमेंबर रात के 12:34 पे ये मैसेज आता है, हाय वैष्णवी कंग्रेचुलेशंस. आई वाज लाइक ओह भाई, क्या मेरे को पहले लगा कि सो वन थिंग इज I really thought कि उन्होंने मैसेज गलती से भेज दिया होगा, एंड देन वो फॉलो अप मैसेज भेजेंगे कि सॉरी वी जस्ट सेंट यू दिस मैसेज बाय मिस्टेक. सो दैट वाज, क्योंकि मुझे भी खुद पे इतना ज़्यादा भरोसा नहीं था उस टाइम, अभी भी नहीं है, पर ठीक है, मतलब मुझे वो बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसा हो गया था कि भाई गलती से भेजा होगा भाई, पक्का तो नहीं है. फिर उसके बाद मतलब 1 हफ्ते तक मैंने यही सोचा कि भाई मतलब वो फिर से मैसेज भेजेंगे फॉलो अप कि नहीं गलती से भेज दिया, सॉरी ऐसे करके. पर फिर मैंने सोचा नहीं मतलब अब Palantir इज वेरी बिग कंपनी, तो मतलब वो ऐसा नहीं करेंगे. पर फिर उसके बाद जब उन्होंने मुझे वो US टैक्स फॉर्म भेजा, मतलब US करेंसी से इंडियन करेंसी में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए, उसके बाद आई वाज लाइक अच्छा मतलब सच में मिली है. तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा मेजर वो था, एंड फाइनेंशियली भी थोड़ा मेरे को बहुत उस टाइम चीज़ें थी, मतलब वो सब काफ़ी थोड़ा पेस पे आई सब चीज़ें. एंड सो आई विल जस्ट से कि अगर फिर भी तुमको सेल्फ डाउट होता हो या जो भी कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं हो, बट यू शुड कीप अप्लाइंग एंड यू शुड जस्ट कीप अप्लाइंग. मतलब क्या ही कर सकते. तुमको रिजेक्शन से थोड़ा सा, मेरे को तो और ऐसा होता था कि मुझे कैसे रिजेक्ट कर दिया, तो फिर मैं और ज़्यादा ऐसे कि भाई अब तो मतलब कुछ करना पड़ेगा, मतलब वैसे करके तो वो थोड़ा फ्यूल ऐसा बढ़ जाता है, फायर बढ़ जाती है, क्या बोलेंगे. तो फिर इसलिए जस्ट अप्लाई एंड डोंट थिंक अबाउट द रिजल्ट्स. भाई रिजल्ट के बारे में तो बिल्कुल नहीं सोचना चाहिए, क्योंकि बहुत ही ज़्यादा मेरा दिमाग खराब हो जाता है वो सब सोच के, और फिर जब रिजेक्शन आता है तो फिर तो फट जाता है. ठीक है, मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा बक दिया इस वीडियो में, एंड आई थिंक दैट इज इट फॉर दिस वीडियो. एंड ओके फाइन, थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.